styling for the winter holidays, the halal-friendly city's inspiring design, and sober-curious nightlife. That and more on today's episode.
Want to know what's next? For over 2 decades, we've led the world's most influential brands to create the right products at the right time for tomorrow's consumer. This is WGSN's Client Questions Answered.
Hello and welcome to the show where our experts from around the globe unpack your biggest challenges. I'm Carla Bazzashi, CEO at WGSN. Let's get started. Our first question today comes from a client asking, what are the top investment items and styling directions for the winter holidays this year? Let's head to New York to hear from Cassandra, who's our analyst for interiors. Over to her now.
For this upcoming winter holiday season, there will be a number of key drivers influencing what the core product categories are going to be. The first one is the cost of living crisis, which ties in hand with sustainability. Firstly, we have non-tree greenery, so things like wreaths and centerpiece arrangements that bring in a festive touch and a taste of the outdoors without the same financial investment or environmental impact as both a full-size, real or faux tree. There's also an emphasis on reusable gifting items, whether this is wooden advent calendars that can be refilled every single year with different gifts and trinkets, to things like really well-designed, quality, lasting gift bags that will be passed back and forth between loved ones, as well as ways to decorate packages so that they don't need as much of the disposable wrapping paper. So think ribbons, bows, and tie-on tags that can easily be both removed and reused on other packages, but still add a really special quality to the unwrapping process. Finally, there's also still a huge sense of both festivity and optimism, even in the face of the poly crisis. A huge way we're seeing this happen is in formal tabletop settings. So think beautiful dinnerware sets, silverware, things like napkin rings that you really only see on special occasions, as well as beautiful glassware, whether it's cocktail glasses, champagne coups, all of those types of things.
Amazing, thank you, Cassandra. If you'd like more information on styling and gifting for festivities such as Hanukkah and New Year's, you can check out our interior team's report on Christmas and winter holidays for autumn-winter 24-25. Our next question for today comes from a client asking, which halal-friendly cities should I be checking out for design inspiration? Let's hear from Raisa Bray, who's WGSN's researcher based in Cape Town. Take it away, Raisa.
As the Muslim consumer market continues to grow, brands should look to a broader range of cities for retail design inspiration, cultural nuances, and further understanding about the Islamic faith. At WGSN, we have highlighted 5 cities that offer unique regional inspirations ranging from artists, restaurants, and fashion brands that acknowledge and cater towards the regional Muslim communities while respecting nuances that come with a religion that is almost 2 billion people strong. Be inspired by our top picks: Cape Town, Istanbul, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, and New York City. It is key to note that non-Muslim majority countries like South Africa has been awarded for its investment into infrastructure to support halal tourism or look to New York's rich 400-year heritage of Muslim communities. Notable callouts from these cities would be Istanbul's Anatolian craft that creates luxurious, comfortable shoes using local craftsmanship to create signature slides useful for clients in hot climates and those observing 5 daily prayers, Dubai's Museum of the Future that explores the city's bold prospective plans, or Kuala Lumpur's Ole X retreat that is tapping into Malaysia's $3.6 billion halal cosmetics market by women-only beauty treatments using halal-certified products.
Great stuff, thanks Raisa. So we're on to our final question, which comes from a client asking, how is nightlife changing alongside the sober-curious movement? Let's hear from Brielle, WGSN Insights trend forecaster based in New York. Take it away, Brielle.
Young people were expected to return to clubs after COVID-era mandates lifted, but many stayed home in 2022. We call this rave fatigue, which has become known as the energetic hangover many Gen Z and millennial consumers experience post-lockdown. They no longer had the stamina for a night out or the cash, and Gen Z in particular has been showing less interest in returning to nightlife thanks to living a more sober lifestyle. However, new data is showing that rave fatigue is starting to lift. 68% of US Gen Zers say they wanted to attend a rave this year. But as a generation that's drinking less and is more focused on their health and wellness, you might be wondering what kind of rave that actually looks like. Well, from our research, we're seeing more interest in the culture and experience around a night out, rather than the debauchery. Young people are excited about the going out clothes, with searches for house music outfits and Berlin rave fashion trending. They're excited about the music, with more of an emphasis on global and expansive genres. They want to learn how to balance nightlife with healthier habits. We see this from earlier hours for club venues and hangover cures flooding the market. They're also frequenting more refined and mature nightlife spots, whether via the rise of dinner parties, but also select clubs pivoting to wine culture over mixed drinks. Overall, for brands, we recommend inviting consumers back to nightlife with experiences that indulge them in the energy and vibes of club culture, but without the pressures of going out like they used to pre-pandemic.
Brilliant, thank you, Brielle. Head to our website to read more about alternative drinks for 2024. From sips for sober clubbers to herbal party companions. That's it for this week. If you've got any questions that you'd like answered, please pop them in the comments box for our team. I'm Carla Bazashi, and I'll see you next time.